Okay, so here I am again. Now I hope I'm not going to run out of battery or room or something, because I'm going to have another video on this thing that I'm doing, mushroom, okay? Because I don't want just to see that I've, if it's, wrong. I don't want just to worry about that. So first of all, I'm going to put this into there, because I can see myself sitting there making a thing out of it, but I think I'd rather do it after it's done. Let me explain that in a minute. So we're going to push that down in there, okay, onto that, and then we're going to push this down in there onto that. So I want it to be as big around as I can have it, so it will hold this. Always remember to keep fitting, because that way it's going to fit. Alright, now that's actually the full length of that's needed, so we're going to put some glue around in here. Nobody panic, because you probably are thinking, oh gee, that's a bit rough what she's doing there, it's not going to fall apart. It won't fall apart. It won't fall apart. So you put that down in there like that, so it's level with the top. Alright, like so. Now my lid, my jar will fit in the hole. Maybe only just, I might have to hold it apart a bit for it to settle in. That settles in there. Then, ta-da. It's going to be right in a minute. Right, try it again. Righto. Now, just wait a little bit till it dries a bit further. We need to get some paper. Alright. Paper is an amazing thing, because it does hold stuff together really well, I must say. But you're going to not leave it like that, of course. We're going to get pieces of paper, because it's going to act as a thing, to hold it together, to secure it. Knocked everything on the ground. I'm going to use this glue. Probably would be better off to use the wet glue, but I wanted it to dry reasonably fast, although you can... So what I'm doing is I'm going to try and stick that... Hang on, maybe if I put the glue on the item might be the best idea. Sometimes it works better if you do that. You put the glue on the thing that you want to stick it to. Okay, now we can put glue in there, and you want a piece of paper to come from that bit up to there. So it's, this is not very good bendy paper, is it? It's not bending very good for me. But you don't want to push that down either. You don't want to push it in too far, so it's not right. You want to keep your distance from the paper to the... This is too thick, this stuff. Way too thick. Maybe I've got two pieces there or something. I hope you can see what I'm doing. I'm putting the paper from the top up to the sides, and I'm keeping that level so I can... Are you kidding? Have I got this going? Dear, I hope so. Okay, I didn't have my time on, but that doesn't matter. I've been back on here for long. And we put that there so it's coming down and up the sides. Okay, because you want this to hold it together for you. You don't want it to be all falling to pieces. I don't think you can have too much glue or too much paper. Okay. And if you can get the idea of what I'm trying to do, I'm just trying to hold it together. You could have probably did this before you put it in, but I was wanting to test it because I wanted to know that it was going to fit before I did any more to it. So when I finish putting these edge bits on, keep making sure that's good. I'll probably put a bit more over that, over the edge parts. When I say the edge bits, this little lid thing that I'm building in the inside of here, because a lot of people say they can't do things. You've got to try though. You've got to have a go at them. I must admit I have a go. Sometimes I muck things up frightfully, but you've got to try, don't you? You've got to have a go. There we are. Now, hopefully that is what I'm looking for. I just could have waited till it dried, Sonya. That would have been a lot better for you if you had it done. I'm not going to take it off at all yet. I'm just going to... I want you to see what I've done. Okay, so we've put that in there. After this, we're going to add Mod Podge. No, just gesso. We don't know yet, but we need to know that it's going to be fitting all right. So I'm going to put a bit more paper there. I'm actually tearing apart a piece of an old poetry book that I found. But what are you going to do? I have that sigh thing happening, I'm sorry. I mean, you got to... People don't want them anymore. They're broken and torn, and you can't really read them, so they can be used in centuries down the track, or a couple of weeks. It depends how long this holds together. Oh, somebody else will see it, won't they, when it falls apart. Okay, so there you go. That's going to sit in there for me. Righto. I just have to do the bottom in here, but I'm not going to do that because it's going to take too long, and I've got a lot to show you still, and this is going to be 3 episodes, which people might not want to have to sit through. So that's how you do that. Now, of course, you're going to trim that off really neat, and you're going to put a nice piece of something around there. I used lace and some bling on the other one that I did. This is a bit skew with the thing, but it doesn't matter. As long as that goes onto there, in the right place. Wait a minute. Push it back down in there. You wait till things dry, because that helps a real lot. You want to make sure they're dry. And you know what? Having the opening in this is a good idea when I say the opening in the piece that I've set around there, because then if you need to, it starts to come in too tight, you can actually pull it out. And I've just bent all that piece of thing. I bent all that back under there. Look, me paper. Stop playing with it, Sonia. Leave it alone. I'm sure everybody can understand what I've done so far. If you have any difficulties in getting that far, well, just yell at me and say, what are you doing, Sonia? Okay, so now for the base of it. Well, this is pretty easy. You know, all I did now was I trimmed. If you have a look at the thing, you'll see that I've covered it then with lace, which it was a fairly open sort of lace, a heavy one too. And I then put stuff all over it, stuff being appliques, bits of, charms, beads, whatever you want to put on it. You can even cover it with the same thing and just leave it like that if you wanted to. And then all I am going to do now with this part is find that piece of lace that I had planned for this. I did have a piece of lace here. Here we go. Now I like this because it wasn't too thick. I thought this looked really nice. I still can see what's underneath it, and I'm not that disappointed with what's underneath it. So I might just take this that way, I think, maybe. Because you know what? I'm going to add more stuff. I mean, I'm going to add... it's got to have a door and everything yet, so we've got lots to do. But I'm sure if people... see the pictures of it finished, you won't need to sort of sit here and watch me. Now when you're putting lace on, you do have to put a fair bit of glue, because some parts is not going to stick to it if it's not quite right. Okay, now I put more gesso on this after too, because I wanted to give it a look where I don't know, just wanted to, that's all. I just want to put some gesso on it, so I did. Now, I'm going to have to put 2 rows, which I never thought about doing, did I, Sonia? No, I didn't think about that. I should have put it the other way, but then it would have been a bit weird. Can you people hear that rain? See there? Patting away at it's always overcast and cloudy here lately. I've been stuck home. I've probably already mentioned that. See, I'm getting cabin fever or something. I've been stuck in here since Saturday, I think. Today's Wednesday, and it doesn't make me happy, I tell you, because I need to. But then again, I guess it gives me crafting time. But then you need to get outside. You need to get outside in the fresh air in the daytime, in the sun, or whatever you got. If it's raining, I can't take my scooter out because it'll get wet, and because it's got electrical parts, and it won't be very good if I go over water or something that gets in its insides. But anyway, so that's that bit. Now, should I put a little bit on the top, or I just put the whole thing around again? I reckon the whole thing around again. Maybe this time I can go upside down and put it over there. Because it's not going to matter. I mean, it'll look really alright when I finish doing it, I'm sure. I'm not going to be too scared because I just keep working, you know. Just keep working and see what happens. I don't want to cut it because that would be, you know, could go really wrong if I started cutting things. Now I just want it to come right to the top there, okay? Fair to that bit, right? While I was doing this, I'm thinking now, this is before, to make it strong so it won't break, I hope, you know. I don't want this to be, it'd be dreadful if you spend all that time making something that fell apart for somebody. You could do it with the Pringles tin, but I think it looks good with the jar. It makes it a bit flashy with the jar, ain't you reckon? But I've got that red bit in the inside. I'll have to deal with him later. I'll have to cover that over. Might have to do a giveaway. Somebody might have to get this. Got to finish it first. We won't get too excited, but I suppose it'll give me... No, it won't give me the incentive to do it at all. I'm really bad, you know. If I never got to do something, I just get so stressed out and keep right away from it. If I don't have to do something, I'm right. So, other people get like that, but I just feel like it... I don't like too much pressure when it comes to doing my craft. I like to be able to do what I want to, like do what I love, and you know, I do what I want to. But you know what I mean. If I say to you, well, if I decorate this, it'd be good if you can see what I'm doing. If I decorate this, who's going to want it? And I'll put a thing in there and say, and everybody can go, I do, I do, I do. And then I'm going to go, oh dear, I don't want to sit there and finish it. Ah dear, I've got things here half made all over the place. I'll never get bored because there's always something to do. And you know what, I'm going to stop stressing out about my room because it's only making me very unhappy. I love it like it is. It's where I can reach everything now, except the fact that I'll need my machine and it's always under stuff. I need my sewing machine, so I'm going to make a different place. But I've got to wait till the weather gets better. You just don't feel like doing a bit of a stick there. That's not very straight, Sonya. Like a dog's hind leg there where that's meeting up. You don't want it to be like that. Now that's a meeting part which I don't look like at all. Okay, so you know what? Maybe that's going to have the door over the top of that. What do you reckon? I'll just cut this bit off and you see what I'm doing here, because I don't want it to be, but you know, when I put the gesso over the top of it, it will probably, hopefully, make it go so it all goes into its one another. I'll show you that in a minute. I hope so. The plan is in my head. It's got to get it out of there, put it onto the thing itself. Okay, now so there you go. That is looking pretty cool, isn't it? I mean, you still can see the paper, but you know what? I'm not that concerned about it because I don't know. I don't know what I feel about it. I like the paper, but I wanted to put the lace on it too, and I wanted to put some more gesso on it, and I'm going to put the felt on the bottom now. It was only just sitting there, so we'll put that down, and that'll come around the edge there directly. I'm going to worry about that. I'm going to fiddle with that just at the moment. Right now, I'm going to put some gesso on it. And I did pick out lace that has defined pieces in it, you know, like, so you can see that it has got thicker pieces, because when I put this on, I'm hoping that I'm just going to push it through like that, and you're going to be able to still see the lace bits, because it's, I hope this is, you know, I mean, people can leave it like it is if they want to. They can leave it how that is. I've got glue bits everywhere here. It's up to everybody how they finish their piece off, you know. If you want to leave it like that when that's stuck down, well, that's fine. But I sort of wanted to go over it with the white, I don't know, it just sort of was something that I had to do, because I think I like it. You can see the little pattern of the lace. Okay, and you just want to do that. Now, after you've done that, because it will take me a while to do that, but I'll have to finish that in a minute, you can go and you can either do your own embroidery, which I did not do. I don't know if any people realise that, but I did not do the embroidery that was actually on the other one that I did. I can embroider, but I just was in a hurry, so I grabbed a doily that had been made. It's actually done by machine as far as I can tell, and I cut out the picture of the flower and I put it, glue everywhere, and I put it on the front of the jar, and then I put a outside around it in a trim. Now then I've got a little piece and I cut it out the same and I put it on the sides, and that was what I made the little windows out of. Alright, now I don't know if there's anything I have missed. I'd like you to come back and tell me and ask me, because I won't panic, because it's not unless I've got to do the whole thing again, of course. And then I'll get a bit upset. So this could turn off any minute now, because I've done a few videos on here, you know, like with these three, and I don't know how much it holds. But that is going to be the mushroom. I might not put the same door on. I might use a different piece of doily or whatever. You don't have to put a door on it. You can leave it like it is, but I think it needed the door because I'm going to put this right in the right place. I'm pushing this paper back up in there again. I'll show you what I'm doing, accidentally of course. So what I've got to do is make sure that that's all down flat and put in this gesso on it to make sure it's stuck, and it'll hold back there, and I'll be able to put that on for the lid. Alright, now you want to put decoration, of course. You put lace on. You're going to put trims around here and trims around here. Make sure that's pushed down in there, so it seems to be lifting up a bit. But if you don't fiddle with it all the time like I am, when you're doing something like this, I like to set a little while, you know, 15 minutes, 10 minutes here and there, just to dry each piece completely before you work on the next bit, because otherwise it mucks it all up. Now I think this one is a bit higher, this jar, than what the other one was that I made. It's a bit higher, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't make a difference whatsoever. Okay, because a mushroom can have a long stem on it, can't it? Now you can do that with anything that you like. It's not hard. This top bit here, a little bit tricky, but look, once you've started putting the stuff on, you'll put a piece of lace that comes from there to there. Alright, put it around, and that will hold that in. This is pretty solid. It looked a bit hard to put together in the first place, and when like I said, when I was doing this here, I wasn't too worried about these peaky bits, which you can cut off right to the top if you want to, and I can probably still go in and do that, but I did put decoration on it, so it covered that up. Now to cut out that piece that's in there, I should have already done that by now. If I wanted to make it into a pincushion, I just cut out this top bit before I filled it up, because I wanted it to be as a pincushion too when I made it for Jeanette, because I actually did make it for her because I needed something, and it was just so much fun, and I know she likes pincushions, so that's why I did leave this part. And then when she was sticking the pins in, it was going in the paper, and that wasn't her fault because she didn't realise that I hadn't made the you know, the part for pins big enough. But just decorate it any way you like and put whatever you want on it, and we'll cover it with a plain piece of material. But that's how I made me mushroom. And I've got to fix these little tit things here, you know, that's sticking up there. Sorry about that. I remember when I was young, I used to make a skirt, and my mother used to go crook on me, and she used to say, you got tit darts in your skirt. When you put the darts in the skirt, I would sorry about that. I'll have to edit this bit, but I don't know how. Anyway, there's a bird. I'm talking about a bird. Alright, so thank you everybody for watching if you're still here. I'll talk to you later. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.